What we see for Apple is an air pocket in 2019 in their iPhone business. We think the iPhone X has been extremely successful and has convinced millions of consumers to actually bring forward the refresh of their iPhone. You've had 65 million consumers buying an iPhone X in 2018. We think up to 20 million of them actually would have normally bought a new iPhone only in 2019. And that's going to create this air pocket in 2019 with a lower number of high-end phones being sold that year. And modeling that, we expect actually iPhone shipments to miss expectations. And also iPhone ASPs to slightly miss expectations because the iPhone X, of course, is a very high-price phone.
Ross, why do you agree or disagree? I mean, well, I realize iPhones are still a big part of the revenue stream here, but services, right? Everybody's talking about services now.
Right. So where Pierre is wrong is not in his premise for the iPhone, but what Apple really is today. And Apple is not really focused on trying to make something bigger out of a phone than already exists, because there isn't anything more you can do with the phone. So really it's about bringing ASP up through the iPhone X, as he mentioned, but also through adding memory and other features so that the average selling price will creep higher as sales stay around the same. But we've still got a big replacement cycle in iPhones. But the real game here is monetizing users, and Apple's starting to do that beautifully with 30% growth in accessories and services. When you look at the potential growth of these two markets for Apple in their user base, I mean, it's basically unlimited. So, you know, this company is a cash flow king, and I don't see any scenario where it goes down to 165 other than a total bear market.
Pierre, here's the part of your bear argument I don't get. iPhone 10 was supposed to have been a flop until the numbers came out and people realized, no, enough people really are buying it. They're paying these big prices for it. But undoubtedly, it was not a super cycle. It seems like your argument supposes that there was this super cycle that did pull sales forward. I mean, numbers show that there are, in fact, quite a few people in the installed base of Apple who have not upgraded in a long time. You have to believe at the same time that the high end did upgrade earlier than possible, and that the mid-range and lower end of the iPhone user base is going to wait even longer. Why should we believe both of those things at the same time?
Thank you, John. That's an excellent question and an excellent way to frame it. The street was initially expecting a super cycle for the iPhone in 2018, and now consensus thinking is the super cycle didn't really happen. My view is that it actually happened. Two numbers to help you understand that. This year, I estimate Apple will have sold 65 million iPhone X, iPhone 10, in addition to more than 30 million iPhone 8 Plus. So the high-end ASP phones are selling for something that is going to be close to 100 million units. Okay? In 2015, that we remember as a super cycle, the iPhone 6, you remember the iPhone 6 Plus that drove so much demand forward.
Right.
How many iPhone 6 got sold in 2015? 69 million. So we are in a super cycle. The difference between 2018 and 2015 is that the underlying demand for the iPhone has come down for a reason we understand well, which is that the replacement cycles are elongating. People still love their iPhone, but they stick to it longer because there is a bit less innovation in the pipeline, and because the iPhone is losing share of wallet in the spending of consumers. Our consumers spend on AirPods, consumers spend on an Apple Watch, on a home device like Google Home and Amazon, on VR units, equipment and things like that, wearables. So we've seen that trend of refresh cycles coming down over the years, but we've had actually shipments stabilizing. That's hiding the super cycle. The super cycle is triggered off a weaker base, and that's the reason why I'm concerned about 2019 shipments.